Comanescu in his role of Secretary General of Organization of Black Sea Economic Cooperation to emphasize the role, once more, of regional cooperation and the Black Sea partnerships.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope it worked for you. Well, dear participants, allow me to start by sharing with you that I always feel nice being back home. And the fact that I am back home today, for that I'm most grateful to the organizers of this important event. An event which speaks a lot, in my opinion, about the cooperation between the European Union, more precisely the European Commission, and the organization which I have the honor to represent. That means the Black Sea Economic Cooperation Organization. Indeed, having been working together, I mean, the EU, the Commission, and the BCP, the implementation of the Common Maritime Agenda, is, in our evaluation, and I hope from the EU side, would be the same, one of the most convincing examples of how fruitful and beneficial for both sides an active cooperation is. And I'd like to take this opportunity to reiterate once again that for BISEC, further enhancing this cooperation is a top priority. Some of you may remember what I had said from the very outset of my current mandate, that for me, as Secretary General, this cooperation, this EU cooperation, is a top of the top priorities. And we are committed from our side to do whatever possible in this respect. And I have to say that after having listened and heard what State Secretary Krista and Director General Charlene Vicheva said, makes me optimistic in this respect. Though I'm aware of the fact that, as it was mentioned here today, we are crossing a time with so many challenges, to be euphemistic. So once again, I'd like to thank the Romanian coordinator of the Common Maritime Agenda and the European Commission and the Black Sea Assistance Mechanism for their initiative to organize today's conference. Bishop Pervis is happy to have been actively involved in the drafting and the endorsement of the 2019 of the CMA. And we in Paris, the Permanent Secretariat of the organization, are also proud to have contributed to the endorsement of the scientific pillar of the CMA, that is the Strategic Research Innovation Agenda of the Black Sea. And we are here today to reconfirm our commitment, readiness to continue supporting the member states in the implementation stage. My colleague Rosica Stoeva, who came together with me at this conference, will, I hope, be given the chance to elaborate more in detail upon what we have been doing in concrete terms, either today, later today, or tomorrow. So, for me, it remains just to make just a few couple not just capitalist form, remarks of a rather more general or comprehensive nature related to the framework of this BISEC-EU cooperation, and more, and I would even say also about prospects for that. First, and as I already mentioned, while being aware of the challenges that we have to cope with, I mean, when we hear what we in BISEC, and I would say perhaps I would specifically stress we in BISEC, despite of these challenges, but also we are confronted with, but Europe as a whole. And that's when I say Europe, I'm thinking in terms of European Union and the EU's objectives for the future. So, despite these challenges, difficult ones, what I want to stress is that there is not only need for the continuation of the EU-BISEC cooperation, there is need for further enhancing this cooperation. That's my first remark. My second remark, directly derived from the first. There is need and real potential for exploring new areas and entering into activities and projects, concrete projects as well. Every effort toward enhancing this EU cooperation deserves therefore to be made for the benefit of all. One area, for example, could be that of cooperation in the post-conflict reconstruction. No need for me to name what conflict I have in mind. My third remark. Besides BISEC, there are in this part of Europe a lot of other international, regional formats, schemes, institutional cooperation. And it's not that difficult to, when looking into what each of these formats has been doing or is doing, we may see that there are areas which are of concern by all of them. I have to say at the same time that at least in some cases, instead of, let's say, seeking and varying complementarities, there are overlaps. And I think that this is something which together we can work to improve. And from this perspective, I think that the EU could and should encourage such developments. Strengthening complementarities, and in this way also, why not better use of resources? I could myself give you several potential areas of cooperation. One of, let's say, cases which I've been always touching upon is how to work, for example, to make the Danube a real water transport axis east-west, and further on to the east, across the Black Sea, Caucasus, and the Caspian Sea. We see that the Black Sea Economic Cooperation Organization is looking at that. The Central European Initiative, the European Union Strategy for the EU region, Black Sea Synergy. Now we have this rather newly created 3C initiatives, which is also aiming at, I think that the time has come to see how to put together so as to make of these very important projects, which are still on the paper, to transform them into realities. And finally, it's exactly for this idea, with the aim of this, improving and strengthening this coordination and correlation among them. We, as BISIC, the Permanent Secretariat, have taken the initiative to invite and organize meetings, coordination meetings between the Secretariat and the permanent structure of these organizations. We have organized one last year, and the next one will take place in December, 5th of December this year, in Ancona, Italy, where the headquarters of the Adriatic Initiative, a regional organization, is situated. So these are the few remarks which I wanted to bring to the fore as, let's say, a modest contribution or effort to contribute from our side as BISIC to find ways and concrete modalities for further enhancing the BISIC EU cooperation. And once again, I think that the way how the two, EU and BISIC, have been cooperating in the CMA could be kind of a source of inspiration for other areas as well. Thank you.